Hi everybody, it's Susan Phelps.
Judy and I, and
Mike Holland.
And we're your Berkshire Hathaway, Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Sun City team for all of your real estate needs, but specifically for your new home construction needs. We have an expert in our midst. We told you in our update for June that we were going to ask someone that's an expert to come in and talk to us about the shift in the market. We've all been reading different things in the newspaper. I don't know, Judy, you get a different paper than I do. I've been seeing articles from different people.
Yep, things are changing slightly.
Slightly, right. There's been a lot of misinformation out there.
Yes.
Mike and I were talking earlier about an article that we saw that said we're shifting into a buyer's market, which is just generally untrue. So we have determined from all of the research that we've done in the last couple of days to get these June updates for all of you that are interested in the new home communities. And we have come to the same conclusion. I mean, Judy's been working on her area, North Manatee County, and I've been working on Lakewood Ranch and South Sarasota and South Sarasota County. And I came in to talk to Mike today, and our conversation pursued, and we've all come up to the same conclusion. The new home market is shifting. We are seeing a general increase in releases.
Yeah, an improvement in availability.
Totally.
Yes. What about prices, Judy? Have you been paying attention to prices?
One builder made note that they did not have an increase in June. Prices haven't gone backwards at all, but one builder said, hey, no increase so far in June.
Right.
It's June 2nd when we're filming this, but so far,
Right.
no increase at the moment.
Okay, so, and that's just me and Judy, so I'm asking Mike, what do you see in the new home market?
More inventory. Our area is still very, very strong in terms of buyer demand, but it is there's a lot of factors that play into why we've had the price increases that we've had over the last 2+ years. One is the driving one, of course, is demand. The availability of homes in our area for people who can literally work anywhere, all they need is good broadband, is what's driven a lot of people to Florida across price points. But what we're seeing right now, and that of course was a run-up to a lot of developers putting land out there and not having the availability of labor to build product, or for product to be available once it was getting under contract. So now we're seeing something of a balancing with regards to the availability of materials that go into homes. It's not the long run up that it was previously.
I've seen some build times shorten from 14 to 16 months to 10 to 12 months.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well, what it means is there's people that are, the home builders have contractors, they have people to build homes, and they have materials on hand. So the craziness of the previous bidding process and lottery process and all of that drama, that's largely over, Susan. So you'll see some circumstances in particularly hot neighborhoods, but not by and large widespread like it was.
No, I don't think so. We still have builders that are following certain procedures for releasing and selling, but by and large, we've seen them stop the bidding.
But let's go ahead and let's make sure we understand as well that this is still across all price points an aggregate seller's market.
Right.
Very much.
Right.
Okay, I looked at statistics just earlier this morning for a 3-county area of offices that I oversee, and the aggregate months of inventory, if 6 months is historically considered to be a balanced inventory, if that's still the case. And things have changed. That may not be the case going forward. We don't know.
Our definitions are going to change.
A lot of our paradigms have changed, and they likely will going forward. So what's going on in the resale market now is we're seeing more inventory coming on, and it had better be well priced. It had better be very carefully and thoughtfully priced. And if it is, then it's going to jump off the market, and there will be multiple offers. We literally brought on in one of our offices a home that established a price point that the neighborhood had not been at before. We did this, I want to say, it was no earlier than last Friday, which was not even a week ago. And we got a full price offer in this morning.
Okay, so
that would be the end of May.
days on market?
Yeah, I mean,
Are
5 days, 6 days.
Okay, are the statistics showing us that the days on market are lengthening?
They're lengthening, but not substantially. They're just not. They're not. You're seeing them lengthen, but you're not seeing a big spike. For homes in the resale market to linger on the market, there's a lack of, I would say, consideration or reality for what tools and resources buyers have available to them to make informed offer decisions on what to offer.
And this is all about a seller consulting with their realtor, as opposed to just saying,
totally correct.
Let's try to get this.
And I think one of the key points is in considering a professional to work with from the buying perspective is somebody that's going to carefully present a range of value analyses to someone who's considering a given area. Because we are seeing things that have, homes that I would have never guessed would have doubled in the last 3-4 years, but they have. And folks are getting them.
Right.
Now, is that an indication of price or of value? Well, it's of value in the consumer's mind because they're willing to pay the price. There's a difference between price and value.
So, Mike, tell us what you see in terms of how the rest of the country is being affected and how we compare, how our area compares to the rest of the country's statistics.
Still very favorably.
Yes.
I mean, there's, I think that it's a safe thing to say that in our country, with the exception of a couple of states during the last almost two and a half years over the COVID situation, that all the boats in the lake rose equally except for the West Coast and some cases in the Northeast. We drew buyers from Hawaii, from California, from Oregon, from Washington here that we probably would not have done without COVID. So all of our area and many areas benefited from that. I mean, I'm in addition to being a licensed broker in Florida, I am in Pennsylvania as well. So I keep a pretty good track of that marketplace. But I will say that Florida has resilience because of the economics of the area, of the state as a whole, of the economics as a result, but also the demographics. The climate, the demographics, there's a lot of reasons why this is still a very strong draw.
So Mike, after what you just told us about the market and the value, is our Sarasota and Manatee greater area different from other parts of the country?
There's an attraction here that makes it more stable, particularly with we often are dealing with a Naples versus Sarasota or a Tampa versus Sarasota, and there's two different things in play there. One, Sarasota is consistently regarded as a value in regards to property prices compared to Naples. It's consistently that way. Even as there's been increases over the last 2 years, Naples still is a higher per average cost. Tampa is different. Tampa is more of a business center, but the footprint of it is expanding.
Yes.
Okay, so we see people, and where Judy specializes in Northern Manatee County, which is now really Hillsborough County, consumers that are living there because they're able to transit to Tampa more easily or to St. Pete.
I was saying St. Pete. Yeah.
That's a very big deal. So when you have that diversity in this immediate area, that's a good thing. Across price points, that's a good thing. I would never go so far. I'm too conservative to say that an area is free of worry in any case. I just won't do that anymore. But I would say this, that smarter consumers of wealth are continuing to put their homes into their investments into real estate, because historically those outperform a lot of other investments. That's demonstrated in a lot of cases. In many cases, over and over again.
Right.
So, the area, the attractive, we're not even talking about the features of the area, such as the climate, the lifestyle, the dining, the recreation options. Susan and Judy, no doubt, have spent a lot of time talking about the qualities that the area offers. Weather, amenities in a general sense, but in terms of the price value constant, the area has a lot to offer.
And I see that price value ratio just going up.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And as we develop our roads and our infrastructure in the growing areas like Parrish,
Yep.
and further south into Northport and Venice, we're going to do the same thing Tampa's doing. We're just going to expand and meld into, just a very great place to
Yep.
live. And we're ready to answer your questions. We've got an expert here. Judy and I are new home sales experts, and we want to work with you and answer your questions. So, anybody want to wrap up here?
No, I'm good. I mean, that covered the gist of it. And
I think so.
We might have some
Yeah.
in between updates, but yeah.
Okay. So, watch for our other videos. Give us a thumbs up,
Subscribe,
subscribe, and
comments.
write us some comments. Did you answer the one this morning?
I did.
That was a very nice comment.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, until the next time. Bye-bye.